Hey! Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books. Today I'm going to be doing a reading vlog. I'm going to be reading 2 of the top rated thriller books according to Goodreads for the year of 2020. The first book I'm going to be reading is The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben, which was a book that my mother-in-law suggested for me. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I'm going to give it a read, and I'll let you know what I think of the author. And the other book I'm going to read is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I read A Hunting Party by her as well. It was not the best book ever, but it was still a good enough book to where I'll give The Guest List a try. That was a book of the month I did pick a while ago, but I don't remember what happened to the book itself. I don't remember what we did with it. So I actually have got both of them on order coming today. We're actually going to go and shop for another video. Come shop with me, and by the time we get back, they should be here. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted, and we'll see you in the car in just a minute. Alright guys, you're going to see some overlap between a couple of videos here because we're filming a come shop with us and a reading vlog kind of at the same time. So we're on our way to Half Price Books to get some books, and I'm going to be reading The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. This was a suggestion from my mother-in-law because the author, she's read a book by the author, or there's an interview with him, and she really seemed intrigued with him and wanted me to give him a read. So giving him a read, Mary Ellen. And yeah, so we'll see you in the next clip. We'll see how I'm starting to enjoy the book. Hey, welcome back. So here's a little sneak peek of the library. We'll be changing soon. But we just got home, just filmed the book haul. Here they are. But we also got our package of books, and I'm going to open it now, and it's going to be a jolly old time. Alright, so here is my copy of The Boy from the Woods, Harlan Coben. It's one of those weird, like, fake covers, like short covers. I don't know.
Step back.
A step back cover. Thank you, Dan. It's a pretty cool cover. I will be following along via a app, Audible, listening to it on audio. So we're going to get this started in just a minute. The next one I got is Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Bazterrica. I think I pronounced that right. This was one of the horror top-rated 2020 books, according to Goodreads. And I wanted to read it. I never really put forth the effort into actually doing it, however. And so I finally decided to just get it, and maybe they'll force me to read it. But it sounds interesting. We'll give it a read. But first, The Boy from the Woods. I'm going to be redoing my shelves, putting these bad boys away. So you're just going to kind of watch me walking around a little bit. We'll update you at some point, and let's get started. Alright, so I just started the audiobook for this, and the person who reads it is Steven Weber. He is the guy who plays Jack Torrance in the TV miniseries of The Shining, and he also read the audible book for It. So it's pretty exciting. It's already starting out kind of promising. So we'll see where it goes from here, though. So see you in a minute. Alright guys, we are on day 2 of this reading vlog. Last night we got home kind of late from the shopping and me redoing my shelves, so I just kind of listened until I was too tired and finished the shelves. I got all the way up to chapter 8, which is page 70. So far it's been pretty interesting. The guy, Wild, I forgot how they pronounce it. I think it's Wild. He was kind of starting off as kind of like a douche kind of guy when they're like, you know, hey, what's going on with your daughter? And he's just like, I don't know. She's not here. She's at her mom's house, like pretty much telling the one lady and the other guy to like F off because her friend is suspicious. Her little kid is like, her little kid's like talking to something in the woods, like an imaginary friend, which I think is kind of weird. And this Wild guy who lives on the outside of town is apparently another guy who went missing when he was younger, and so it's kind of weird. Kind of interested to see where it goes. I've got no idea what the hell is going to happen. This is one of the weird books where I have no prediction this early on. We're going to keep going with it, and we'll see you guys in the next clip. We're currently on the way to a used bookstore that's not half-price books. We've always wanted to kind of go to just this like standalone book, like kind of like bookstore, used bookstore where there's like, it's not like a chain like half-price books or anything like that. So we're on our way to this place that's kind of nearby, and we're going to see what we can find there. We looked it up. It's got a good rating, so hopefully it's going to be a fun place. We're going to see what we can find, and we'll take you with us. So maybe we'll do another little book haul at the end of this, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I'm on page 148. I would show you the book, but as you can see, it's snowing and kind of raining out right now. Bailey's having the time of her life out here. So what just happened was the Wild guy was interviewing a kid who's in the class. The kid who I said was like kind of worried about the girl. And I guess they were supposed to plan to like meet up somewhere, and the kid like backed out. And well, first update before that, the girl actually was found, and then she went missing again. So this girl is pulling on like a full-on like Princess Peach, like I just keep getting fucking like lost or like stolen or whatever. So I don't know where she's at the second time, but the first time they found her in a basement. I forgot if it was in Wild's basement or what, but they found her. Good girl.
Keep going.
And so that's where I'm at right now. Still no real predictions for this. This book is kind of throwing me for a loop. I've got nowhere really going with it. So we'll see what happens. So we're going to keep going. Let's get inside so we stop getting wet. Alright, so I'm on page 221 now, and one of the other kids just got captured. Well, not just, but they got captured. Crash, who went to Matthew earlier and was like saying like, I'm sorry. And so now I'm confused as to what's going on with the kids. Wild, Delia, and one of the other guys here, I can't think of his name, Hester. They're all kind of talking, trying to figure out what the game plan is, because they got a ransom note / email telling them if they want Crash back, they have to give them the tapes. There are some tapes that recorded some stuff, and Delia's like, you know, there's nothing really on the tapes. There's nothing really going on with them. I don't know why they needed it. And then Wild was kind of like looking at them both and kind of came to the conclusion that they're both lying. So kind of makes me feel like it's like that Clown in a Cornfield vibe, where there's like a group of people and they're all just lying about what's going on. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this now. Is there's some kind of conspiracy going on with this place, and everyone's in on it except this Wild guy, it seems. At least that's what I'm kind of concluding here. So I'm very intrigued with this, and I'm a little over halfway done now, so we're going to keep going. And I still am clueless as to what's going to happen, but my guess is that there's some kind of conspiracy within this place, and this wild guy who they have trying to help find these people is not in on anything. So we'll see. We'll probably do one, maybe two more breaks in this, and then we'll get to the end. So we'll see you in the next clip. Alright guys, so I just finished The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. I'm not quite sure how to really feel about the book. I think it's something I might need to sit on for a minute, but I would say as of right now 3.5 stars. I don't want to reveal too much about what happened, but the ending I think was kind of a twist and kind of came out of nowhere, but not in like the way I kind of was thinking it might go. I mean, it ends on a happy note, I'll say that much, but I still think that there was, I don't know, I feel like my biggest issue I always run into is when I read, I'm not going to say this for all King books, but when I like read something different, I kind of like seem to always kind of get lost in the middle. Because it seems to be where like you get introduced to certain characters, then a whole bunch of shit gets thrown at you in the middle, and then like somehow at the end you funnel out to like an ending that makes sense for what you read in the beginning. So some random guy who Wilde met in like a bar or something like that was the guy who took one of the other kids. That's like such like a random thing, and if you don't pay attention to it, you're not gonna know. All of a sudden you're just gonna be like, who the hell is this dude who's got this other kid? So that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards like 3.5 stars, just because I felt like there's some things in there that didn't quite make sense. Would I read Harlan Coben again? Yes. I'm not going to say he is a top tier author to me right now, but it's an okay book. First book of 2021. Yay. It was an alright book. And I think I'm going to give him more chances, and we'll see how much I like him in the future. But this one right now, 3.5 stars. And we're going to get on to the next book. Yep. The next book is going to be The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This won the best mystery thriller book on Goodreads for the year 2020. I did read another book by Lucy Foley, and that was The Hunting Party. And that one was okay. But this one is highly rated, obviously, because it's #1 on Goodreads for mystery thriller for the year. Substantially higher than Home Before Dark. It got like twice as many votes. So I'm hoping this is going to be a good one. Danielle's saying it's kind of like a Clue type vibe, and she said that she gave it 4 stars. So I'm hoping I can like it. We'll see where it goes from here. I'm going to keep on reading, and we'll give you an update in a little bit. Hello there. Next up is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Let's begin. Alright guys, so I'm on page 77 of The Guest List. It's been pretty good so far. Kind of been introducing all the characters. I don't have any idea as to who committed the crime. One of the girls like ran in like on the wedding day. They're kind of doing like time jumps. Like the day before the wedding day. A couple days before, I think, was mentioned too. And one of the girls on the wedding night runs in, like, the body outside, and then she faints. And then they kind of go back and forth. So, like, they'll do, like, intervals of, like, the wedding day, wedding night, a couple of backstories for, like, prior to kind of give you, like, a better understanding of, like, possibly of who had done it. I still don't know who is the one who has died yet. I'm still getting to that part. So far it's good, and we're kind of cooking up some chicken here. Got some done already. Looking pretty solid. So just cooking it on up, playing some Madden. Yeah, we'll see what continues with this, and we'll give you an update in a few minutes. Alright guys, I'm on page 181 of the guest list. So far, the guests are starting to arrive, and it's been really intriguing because it's with the whole time-lapsing thing where you'll go back to the wedding day, and then you'll go even further back to like the day before or like the morning of. You're trying to start to understand who would have the biggest motive to do anything, to who murdered the person who was murdered, which at this point I still don't even know who was murdered. And so much has been said that I don't think it's even been revealed. By the way, if you happen to see the shelves behind me, we redid them recently, and that's going to be another video going up. I don't know if it's going to be before this or after this, so don't look behind me. But I, at this point, still more than halfway through the book, am still kind of thrown for a loop as to who did it and why. The only reason I'm saying that I don't really have a guess is because I don't really know who died. So I can guess someone. I don't know. There's so many people in this. I don't think. I don't know. Though they mentioned someone in the last, like, the night of the wedding, and I think it was the wedding planner's husband. Or the plus one's husband or something like that. And he was holding something out in the storm, and as of right now, that's the only thing I have to go off of, is I think it might be him. But that's solely based off of what I've seen, and so it's hard to say. So my guess is going to be the plus one or the wedding planner's husband. I'm going to say there's going to be some kind of hidden connection between the two of them. Whoever he murdered and him, and that's all I really have to go off of right now, because not a whole lot has been revealed. It's been kind of like holding in towards the end, so I'm excited to finish it. So far I will say it's been better than The Hunting Party. I will say it's been a more colorful group of characters, and I don't really know where it's going to go from here, but my guess is it's the wedding planner's husband, and I hope I'm right, and we'll find out. It's about ready for bed pretty much. I'm going to get up in the morning, finish this, and I'll let you know what happens, so we will see you in the morning. Alright guys, so I ended up finishing the book last night. I give it a 4-star rating. It was a lot better than The Hunting Party, which was also by Lucy Foley. But I think Danielle also gave this 4 stars. I did have a prediction that ended up being correct, so yay me. But overall, it was a solid book. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot better than The Boy from the Woods, which was the other one in this vlog I did. I could also see as to why this book won Best Thriller of 2020, because it was a really solid thriller and a really solid story overall. I always seem to... This one actually worked for me more than the other ones, but I always seem to have an issue with, like, British narrators. It's also hard for me to do it at 2 times the speed with audiobooks, because typically I do it 2 times the speed. But whenever it comes to, like, the British narrators in the books, I can't, because it's just hard to understand them. So I always end up doing like 1.8, 1.7, whatever. But good books I had here. This one, the guest list, was my favorite between the two. Overall, on a scale between both of them, I would say it was probably an average 3.75. Check out the Goodreads. We'll have this updated by the time this is up. But yeah, otherwise this was me reading 2020 top-rated thriller books according to Goodreads. So it's a fun experience. Kind of took me out of the comfort zone of horror stuff, but I am trying to broaden my horizon of reading more genres: thriller, mystery, sci-fi, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys have any other thriller recommendations, let me know down in the comment section. I am open to trying to read other thrillers, so let me know in the comments if you have anything that you really enjoyed this past year, or just in general some thrillers you guys like. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Later.